Hi, Kellogg students. This is Miss Cynthia. Happy April. I hope you had a nice spring break. To get us started for quarter four, we're going to be very busy. April and May, only 2 more months left, and the school year. So, we wanted to talk about stress management this month. There's going to be a lot going on from fun stuff, which brings us good stress, to challenging things like tests, which sometimes brings bad stress to us. So let's learn a little bit more about what is stress and how can we manage it, whether it's good stress or bad stress. So let's listen. So before we jump into how do I deal with stress, let's try to understand what stress is and how it could feel. So how we feel stress, it can be either physically in our body or emotionally with our feelings. Stress is a way that, again, if we're physically feeling it, our body is responding to these challenges or these demands that we are facing. If we are emotionally feeling it, that means that we might have a lot of feelings like overwhelmed or worry. Those are common responses of our body and mind. What pushes us or wakes up our stress level, it can be things that are either externally happening to us. So for example, things that you have to do on a day to day, things that you maybe don't want to do but you have to. That's an example of an external reason. Or perhaps there's some internal reasons that are causing you stress, for perhaps some thoughts that you're having that are causing you to be more worried or overwhelmed. That's an example of an internal reason. I do want you to know, though, that there is also good stress. And what I mean by that is that sometimes stress is needed. We need stress so we can work and try and do our best. So, for example, perhaps you're going to go and have a game. Maybe you're in a sports team, let's just say baseball, and you are feeling stressed out because you really want to win this last game before the championship, and you're feeling stressed out, but it's again short lived. It's just one game, but it's going to push you to try your best and be your best and perform your best. So that's an example of good stress with the sport. Or perhaps here in class you are having to work as a team and do a class presentation. You might have a little bit of short term stress because you don't like really working in a big group, or you don't like talking in front of the class. But it's short lived, but you're going to try your best. You're going to push yourself. So it's an example of good stress.
When we have stress for a long period of time, it can not only hurt us physically, but also mentally. It can also affect your relationships, your friendships with people, with your family, or even your professional life. So, for example, as a student, it might be affecting you in school and how you perform at school. And it also affects you in three different areas. So, physically, again, perhaps you might get sick more often if you're having a lot of stress. Mentally, you might feel more anxious. You might have a difficult time concentrating. Or perhaps you're having some challenges with your behavior. So maybe you're making poor choices because you don't know how to manage the stress that you're feeling that is pushing you to make, again, not the best choices for yourself. When we feel stress, some of the things you might feel physically is a headache. Perhaps you're having a hard time concentrating. You might be grinding your teeth, so kind of biting down. Your muscles might feel very tense, especially around your neck area, your shoulders. You might feel very anxious. You might not be interested in a lot of things that usually you are interested in. Maybe you are getting angrier easier, tired easier. Your stomach might be hurting, or you might be having some stomach problems, or even your skin can feel irritated, itchy, or like something's wrong.
As someone your age, here are some common things that can cause you stress. Many times, these are a lot of the external things, so things out of your control that are triggering or causing you to feel stress. They tend to be in three different areas: home, school, and with friends, peers. At home, things that might be stressing you out could be your parents arguing, maybe you're having to move, perhaps there was a death in the family of a family member or a pet. Maybe your family is encountering some money problems. Maybe you're not getting along with your siblings, or even traveling can cause stress. In school, getting bad grades, feeling pressured to be successful, not understanding your schoolwork, having to do a class presentation, or even your teacher calling you can cause you stress. And with friends or peers, maybe you're being bullied, left out, teased, not having many friends, or worrying about what your friends will think of you can cause you stress. So, how do we deal with stress? How do we manage it? That's our goal, right? One of the things you can do is by being physically active. So, when we are physically active or exercising, our body naturally produces this chemical called endorphins, which is a great stress reliever and make us happier and more calm. Even some light exercise can help you feel better and just feel happier. Again, an exercise not only improves you not being stronger and physically more healthy, but it also gives you the sense of accomplishment of like, wow, I did this. I accomplished this. I worked out today. So, physically being active is one strategy to manage stress. The choices we make, if they're healthy or unhealthy, will also impact our stress level. So, if you are making healthy choices, like eating a healthy diet, a lot more vegetables, having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that really could help with your stress level. And the big one is getting some sleep. So I'm trying to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. That helps your body just take a break, and your mind. It gives it an opportunity to kind of recharge, almost like, again, when you're plugging in your cell phone when it's low on battery, but you getting some sleep, you're recharging your mind and body. And a third thing you can do to manage your stress is by having a support system. And what I mean by that is having people in your life that you can go to talk to about what's going on, or about just wanting someone there to be there for you because, again, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. It could be friends, family, or some a professional, someone here at school that makes you feel like you belong and secure. So, reaching out to people when you need help, when you're feeling overwhelmed, is a great strategy for managing stress. So, some of the benefits of managing stress is that you're going to be able to improve how much you accomplish if you're managing your stress. Your emotional well being is going to be better, and your relationships with friends and family are going to be healthier and happier and more fun. You're also going to be able to make better decisions because you're having a more positive outlook on your life. Again, you're in a better spirit, you're in a better mood when we are managing stress. So, as we wrap up this video for the month of April, and we're getting ready for May, which again is going to be filled with fun things, but also some challenging things like test taking. I want you to remember that stress is a journey, right? There's going to be days where you don't have any stress, and there's going to be some days where you're feeling more overwhelmed, a little bit more of that stress. Remember to be patient and try a lot of these different strategies. Some might work for you, some might not, depending on what's going on. Maybe one thing will work that one time, and next time, depending on that stress, that other thing might work. Just don't give up. Try to manage your stress the best you can so you can be the better you for yourself and for your others and for the people that you want to be around. And remember that a little stress, especially when we're going to be doing these tests, is okay. It's telling you, hey, I need to just try my best, but let me also be kind to myself while I do this. Thank you for listening, Cougar students, and have fun during the month of May. And you got this. Remember, you got this.